Back here in the state of New York, the governor, Andrew Cuomo. Chris Cuomo's another, that's his brother, took to the radio and said some pretty interesting things about what would happen in a red state, or what the state should look like to be a totally blue state here in New York. And it wouldn't look anything like a red state. Listen to the governor and see if his comments infuriate you.
Who are they? Are they these extreme conservatives who are right to life, pro-assault weapon, anti-gay? Is that who they are? Because if that's who they are, and if they are the extreme conservatives, they have no place in the state of New York. Because that's not who New Yorkers are.
So New Yorkers cannot be, by his definition, they cannot be pro-life, pro-assault weapon, or they cannot be anti-gay. That's what you're not allowed to live in the state of New York.
Well, it's a surprising statement out of this governor who prides himself on the notion of inclusion. So when you scandalize and demonize an entire group of people and then kind of misstate what their beliefs are. I wasn't aware that opposition to same-sex marriage was the same as being anti-gay. When you say that you can't assert your Second Amendment rights, when you say that as a Catholic you have problems with abortion and that you're not welcome in this state, that sends a message to people that does harm, I think, to New York State. And I've lived here my entire life. I'm surprised he would say that.
It's another example of the left saying, yes, we are so inclusive of everyone's beliefs, but we are not going to include any beliefs that don't agree with our beliefs. So how is that for inclusion and acceptance? And you see what does happen when people speak out on the right. You hear what happened to Phil Robertson in Duck Dynasty. I mean, he ended up on indefinite hiatus. The show's back on now. But, you know, I mean, you saw him out there just laid out there, hung out to dry. What if Chris Christie said this in New Jersey? What if Rick Perry said this in Texas?
Exactly, yeah. If a red state governor said the same thing, reversed situation, there'd be outcry. There'd be outrage across the country as a result of it.
I think there was outrage now in New York State, and I think over time he's going to have to reconsider those remarks and perhaps apologize. I don't think he meant them as he said them because they sound terrible.
Sometimes people forget when they're on radio, people are listening.
Yeah.
It's not like a private conversation you're having with your mom. All right, coming up here.